When it comes to shipping your Amazon FBA products to a warehouse in the US for it to sell on Amazon.com USA, you think it'd be as simple as giving your supplier a ship to address to ship all your products to, and giving them the address of an Amazon warehouse and having the supplier send all your inventory to that warehouse. Unfortunately, it's not that simple, and a lot of times new sellers get this wrong. And it could cost you a lot of money and a lot of headache and time trying to fix these things. So in this video, I'm going to cover the shipping terms and shipping methods for international shipping and importing your product from China or wherever your supplier is located to the Amazon FBA warehouse fulfillment center. Usually our products will be shipped to Dallas, Texas, USA. The Amazon Fulfillment Center in Dallas is where 90 to 95% of all my shipments have gone and my students' shipments are going. So in this video, you're going to learn all the different shipping terms, shipping methods for importing your products the right way from your Chinese supplier off Alibaba directly to the Amazon Fulfillment Center so you can start selling on Amazon as quickly as possible and don't have any extra costs or hidden fees thrown in there, or headaches or nightmares that you may not be aware of can happen if you get these shipping terms and shipping methods incorrect. So stay tuned. I'm going to break down shipping terms, and I think you're going to get a lot of value out of this video. It won't be a really long video, but it'll be all the best information I have and the best tips from ensuring your product gets from the Chinese supplier or from your manufacturer to the Amazon warehouse in a timely manner so you can launch and start making money the fastest. Coming up. Okay, so shipping terms and shipping explanations so you can ensure that you get your product correctly to the Amazon warehouse and don't have any delays or headaches or even nightmares of your product getting stranded at the U.S. Customs border, or you signing up for something that you didn't expect, like having to import the product yourself, meaning that maybe the Chinese supplier only gets your product to a Chinese port on the coast of China somewhere, and you're wondering, well, where is my product and when will it arrive to the Amazon warehouse? But in reality, you only agreed with your supplier for shipping terms like FOB, which means the supplier really only had to ship your product, make your product, and ship it to a Chinese seaport on the coast of China. And so you find out that's where your product is. So I know when I first started, all these shipping terms and shipping methods were overwhelming and confusing. So I want to break it down for you guys in the most simple format as possible on how to ship your products and import them correctly from your supplier overseas directly into the Amazon Fulfillment Center warehouse. So this video is going to be great for those of you who may be struggling on creating a shipping plan, or even better, you're negotiating with the supplier right now on pricing terms, payment methods, and knowing which form of shipping you should choose. We're coming up on Q4 right now, and in this video I will break down how you can get your products to the warehouse faster if your supplier is quoting you 20-30 days for production and 20-30 days for shipping, and you're going to miss the Q4 holiday, or maybe you're about to run out of inventory and you need to expedite inventory into the fulfillment center as fast as possible. This video you're going to get a lot of value from on knowing exactly what to go back and say to your supplier to get your products to the fulfillment center correctly and most efficiently. So shipping our products from China or wherever your supplier is located to the Amazon warehouse, there's a couple things to keep in mind. We are importing goods from overseas, basically. So it isn't as simple as just like putting a shipping label on the products or the box packaging of your products and sending it to the Amazon warehouse. There's a lot of other components that go into getting your products imported internationally from overseas. One of those is the method of transport, which means airplane or on a boat, a cargo vessel, air or sea it's called, for getting your products directly shipped from your supplier. So the main things to keep in mind are a method of transport, which comes on an airplane or on a boat. There's benefits and downfalls to both of those methods, and then shipping terms like EXW, FOB, DDU, and DDP. So to simplify things, the one that I recommend out of these shipping terms and method of transport for shipping, I always recommend sea shipping and DDP. And I'll explain what those are coming up. But supplier is really only responsible with EXW model, for instance, for manufacturing your product, packaging it, and setting it out back of their factory for you to come pick up in China. So you want to watch out and make sure you didn't agree to only EXW price when you paid your supplier, or the supplier is quoting you such an amazing low price on your product. It's probably EXW or FOB price, which we don't want. So EXW basically means EXW Ex Works. This means no shipping is included at all. You have to arrange all of the pickup, transport, custom clearances, duties, taxes, tariffs yourself by hiring a freight forwarder or going to China to pick up your products yourself. So this is the least favorite option. This is the one I don't even like to consider. This is EXW, no shipping included. So the supplier will manufacture and package your product and get it to a seaport or a domestic port. And a port is like, think of like a port like LA, there's a big port. Miami, there's a big port where cruise ships take off from. That's a seaport. There's also large seaports on the coast of China. And a lot of the times the supplier will only manufacture, package your product, and get it to a Chinese seaport. That's FOB, unless it specifically says a domestic port of entry like Miami, LA, Portland, Oregon. There's a big seaport. That would be a domestic port on our end. It's a port located in the United States. That would be FOB. FOB terms stand for freight on board, and this is a shared responsibility. So shipping is 50-50. Supplier will get it to either a Chinese port or a domestic port, and then you get your products from the domestic port to the Amazon warehouse. Now you can hire a freight forwarder to go into China, or they're in China, the freight forwarder, go to the Chinese port and get your product from the Chinese port to an American port, and then through customs, clearance, and fees to the Amazon warehouse. This would be FOB terms if you agreed to this, paying your supplier. For FOB, you hire a freight forwarder to either go to the Chinese port and get your product to the Amazon warehouse, or if the supplier said they'll get it to a U.S. domestic port, you'd hire a freight forwarder in the U.S. to go to that domestic port here in the United States and get your product from that port to the Amazon warehouse. The next shipping term is supposed to be here, but DDU. DDU is another form of FOB. However, this means that the supplier will manufacture, package, and ship your product to a domestic port, just like we were kind of talking about, in your country of origin or from wherever you're located, or shipping the products its final destination. So that would be like paying the supplier for DDU terms. It would just get it to the customs border or a seaport on the coast of the United States. Now, my favorite and the best option for shipping your products from a manufacturer directly to Amazon is the shipping term called DDP. DDP stands for all delivery duties paid by the supplier. This means once you pay the supplier for the product and DDP shipping terms, you have covered all your ground. Everything is covered. The supplier is 100% responsible for getting your product from their factory floor warehouse in China directly to the Amazon fulfillment center warehouse that you get that location while creating your shipping plan inside a Seller Central. So this is also considered, or also known as, door-to-door shipping. This means the supplier is totally responsible. Once you pay the supplier for your cost of your product and DDP shipping terms, you are covered 100%. All you have to do is sit back and get the tracking number and watch the tracking number it shipped to the Amazon warehouse. That's DDP. This is what I highly recommend. This means all customs clearance fees, duties, taxes, tariffs are all paid by the supplier. So once you pay the supplier, you don't have to worry about paying any other taxes or costs. Won't come out of your budget. It's all covered. Now, that is shipping terms, EXW, FOB, DDU, and DDP. That is shipping terms. Now, shipping methods, I kind of mentioned earlier, the two shipping methods used are either air shipping or sea shipping. So two separate things there. Make sure that you understand the difference between shipping term and shipping method. So air shipping or sea shipping are the two that we use as Amazon FBA sellers for importing and shipping our products from our factory in China or Vietnam or India. I've even used a supplier that's been in India. That's the shipping term. Shipping method, air shipping usually takes only 5 to 12 days. This is also known as express shipping. It's expensive, but your product is expedited. So let's say you buy a product for $4 per unit, and it's going to be air shipping plus DDP for another $2 to $4 per unit. Your product would be manufactured, however long the supplier says it takes for production or lead time. Let's say it's 15 days. The product would be manufactured and packaged at the supplier's warehouse, and then put on an airplane and shipped directly to the Amazon warehouse. That would be air shipping. It only takes 5 to 12 days. This is express shipping, and it's fast. It's really fast, but air shipping is usually double, if not quadruple, the amount of money to spend for shipping your products from China, because it's really quick, but it is really expensive because there's just such little space on an airplane, and especially if you have a larger or an oversized or a standard large size product, it can get expensive because how much space does your product take up on an airplane? That's how the fee is calculated. Now, sea shipping can take 20 to 40 days. Now, sea shipping is my favorite method for shipping your products from China. Sea shipping plus DDP. After you pay your supplier for the cost of the product and packaging, and any improvements you have done, if you go with sea shipping plus DDP, usually you're going to pay the least amount, but you're fully covered from getting your product door to door from the Chinese factory directly to Amazon. So sea shipping can take 20 to 40 days. This comes on a cargo vessel, less than container load. This would be LTL. All your units and all your product is put on an ocean, a freight liner, and shipped across the ocean. Then it gets to the customs border, the seaport. Then it gets through customs. The supplier has taken out a bond and paid for all the customs duties, tariffs, taxes, and fees to get it through those customs and at the border, at that seaport, and get it directly to the Amazon warehouse. So just remember this: if you get anything from this video, make sure to ask the supplier for sea shipping plus DDP. In most cases, that's all you're going to need and is going to save you the most amount of time and money going with that form of shipping and method of transport. Sea shipping plus DDP. Now, always remember that shipping prices are like airline tickets. Shipping prices go up depending on the time of year. They go up and down depending on the day of the week. It also could depend on your product. How in demand is your product. But the number one factor for determining your shipping quotes and your shipping prices is your product itself. What is its size? What is the weight? How many cartons are going to be shipped? How many cubic meters do all those shipping cartons take up? Your product will be, you have one box, let's say one unit of your product. That's a unit. One individual of your products will get packaged together like in a master carton of like 10 units per carton, and then put on a pallet, and then that's considered a shipping carton. And depending on how much space all those cartons take up, that depends on how much shipping you're going to pay, the weight and size and cubic meters of the product. So always remember, though, to negotiate with your supplier on shipping quotes and prices. You can always ask your supplier for the supplier's location and address, and ask them how many units will come in a carton, the number of cartons, and the size and the weight of all those shipping cartons. And you can use this information to reach out to your own freight forwarders like Inspect Demand, Seller Kai, or Forest Shipping on Facebook. Type those in, reach out to them, send them a message, and let them know where your supplier is located. You can use the Dallas, Texas Amazon Fulfillment Center as the ship to address. So you have the supplier's address and you have the ship to address as the Dallas, Texas Fulfillment Center. I believe it's 33333 Lyndon B. Johnson Way, Dallas, Texas 75241. That is a great address to get quotes on shipping, because 95% of the time, this is the warehouse, the fulfillment center that your products will be going to. So we won't know 100% for sure until we create the shipping plan and Amazon tells us where they want our inventory to be shipped. But this is a really safe location to get shipping quotes. So you can reach out to your supplier and ask them for C shipping plus DDP. Have them quote you a price through your supplier's shipping service, their own freight forwarding company, whatever they may use. Ask them to give you a quote for that cost, and then you can do your own homework and reach out to your own freight forwarders or use Freightos to get an estimate of shipping costs, C shipping plus DDP, from the supplier's address or FOB, a seaport in China, on the coast of China, directly to the Amazon fulfillment center in Dallas. And then you can compare to make sure you're not getting ripped off from your supplier for your shipping quotes. And this link right here, Freightos.com, is a great tool to use if you don't feel like reaching out to 3 different freight forwarders like I just mentioned. Even if you can just reach out to one freight forwarder like Inspect Demand, Seller Kai, or Forest Shipping to get shipping quotes to ensure you're getting the best prices and not getting ripped off from your supplier. So remember, shipping prices rise and fall. They can be high, they can be low. It depends on the time of year. Q4, like it is right now, is a hugely popular time of year for getting products imported and shipped from China to the FBA warehouse to meet customer demands. You know, we're going into the holiday shopping season. So as sellers, we want to be well prepared and have a lot of inventory in stock. So just remember to negotiate on those shipping prices. Use a freight forwarding company. Just get the supplier's address and the ship to address and how many cartons and how many units per carton and the size and weight of those cartons to get backup. You know, kind of like if you're doing remodeling work on your house or you're having car repairs done. You want to go to at least 2 or 3 body shops, or you want to get 2 or 3 contractor remodeler quotes to ensure you're getting the best price for your money. So use this link here, Freightos.com. The only other thing you may need, in addition to where the supplier is located, how many cartons, how many units per carton, the size and weight of all those cartons, is you may need the HS code. The HS code is a unique tax or import code that's dedicated and assigned to all the products depending on your product's category. You can just go ahead and ask your supplier for the HS code. That may be the only other thing you need to reach out to freight forwarding companies and use the tool Freightos to calculate shipping costs. So I hope you found some valuable information out of this video and learned about the 2 shipping methods or transport methods on an airplane or on a boat by sea, and then the shipping terms like EXW, FOB, DDU, and DDP. Now, the only time I do recommend you do use air shipping is if you are going to be running out of inventory and you need to rush or get expedited express inventory into the fulfillment center quickly, like within a matter of a few weeks, to avoid losing sales rank, or to meet holiday shopping rushes like Black Friday, Cyber Monday, or Amazon Prime Day, then you can go ahead and ask for air shipping. Another huge pro tip is what I do in most cases if I'm launching a new product and I find that it may get competitive pretty quickly, like most products these days do get pretty competitive on Amazon, is you can split up your shipment. If you're ordering 500 units for your first order, for a new product, you can ask to have 200 shipped by air, DDP, and 300 shipped by sea, DDP. This will ensure that your product gets to the Amazon warehouse quicker and faster. You launch sooner, get established in the market, start getting those reviews, start getting ranked, get your listing up and running, start getting ranked and getting those reviews and indexing to the first, second page. And then by the time your second set of inventory comes in by boat or by sea shipping, you don't run out of inventory. So that's another great tip, is go partial air and the rest by sea. Just know that will increase your cost for shipping rather than going all by sea. So that's another great tool and option for you guys to check out. Hope you got lots of value out of this video. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. My name is Brian Noonan. I'm an Amazon FBA seller, a 6-figure Amazon FBA seller. I do Amazon FBA full time. I was able to quit my job and dedicate my entire time and all my effort into Amazon FBA and make a well amount more, way more than a full-time income. I've launched 8 Amazon FBA products, and I'm hoping that through this channel I can get you guys to get into the same position that I am, being able to leave your 9-to-5 jobs, replace your monthly income from a couple Amazon FBA products, or even your first or second product really takes off. And I don't want you guys to spend a ridiculous amount of money on shipping or get ripped off by agreeing to some shipping terms that you don't want to use. So I'd appreciate it, like I said, if you haven't already, by subscribing to this channel and hitting the thumbs up button on the video. It really helps the YouTube algorithm, which I'm sure you've heard before, but it does help the channel, and I want you guys to stay up to date on all my latest videos so you can stay up to date on the latest methods and tactics for succeeding on Amazon in 2019-2020. Hope you guys are all crushing it out there with your FBA businesses. I'll talk to you guys and see you guys again real soon. Thanks for the support.